George & Co. create crafted spaces that stand the test of time. Royal Society of Architects Wales award winners and Wales Home of the Year regional winners. Featured on TV and in leading magazines, they are based in Merthyr and Swansea, designing exceptional homes across Wales. They proudly sponsor this episode. Shall we kick off season 3 of the podcast?
So, that's a good intro.
It is a good intro.
So we keep at.
We'll keep at it.
This is how professional we are seeing it.
Yeah. Right.
Welcome back to what are we called again?
Just One Man Podcast.
Just One Man Podcast.
Says Blair because he's not used to wearing his t-shirt.
I worn my merch. Get a zoom of that. Can you zoom?
Yeah.
You can zoom. What's that? Zoom. No, boom.
That is wrong song.
Fuck that right there. Anyway, the shit talking has recommenced.
It has.
So that means that we're back. We hope you had a really good Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year if you're listening in January. Because I don't know when the natural time is for you to stop saying Happy New Year.
Well, once you've said it, you can just...
I know that, but if I turn around now and I didn't see something till
March,
May and I said, Happy New Year, they'd be like, fuck's wrong with him?
Yeah, I know you mean.
So, yeah.
But Happy New Year, we're back.
Season 3.
Season 3. Yeah, and we've got... That's all right, but it's fine.
Dry January.
We've got some light guests lined up.
We do.
Already in the pipeline. So, it's going to be bigger and better than last season.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Started with the best.
But yeah, and people like waffling, so... Well, they tell me they like us waffling in the beginning. They're like, oh my God, what are you waffling for?
Some people really don't like us waffling.
No, I know.
Leah, who is Jordan's wife, who is also a former guest who had a very, very good episode. So if you haven't watched Leah's episode, go and watch it.
Yes.
Or listen to it.
Yeah, exactly. Before we start, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, follow, all that jazz. And we've also got we got two new things, haven't we? Well, we've bought back one, and we got one new one.
Yeah. What have we bought back? Sponsorships. Yeah. So if you want to sponsor Just One Man Podcast by episode, you can do that.
All the information
online, and we worked with some really cool businesses in season 1, and we thought it went so well the first time that we didn't do it for season 2. But we're going to open it back up for season 3. So if you have got a local business or whatever, and you want to reach a new audience and support mental health and well-being and just general fuckery in our chats, then feel free to come and find us. And then you've got something called Buy Us a Coffee.
Buy Us a Coffee.
I hadn't heard of.
It's basically if you want to kind of support us in what we're doing and chip in a coffee, that could potentially mean that we can have it just helps us the running of the podcast. So like all our editing stuff. It is basically the running of the podcast. Basically, it's not cheap. It's not. I wouldn't say it's not cheap. It's just. I love doing it. I love doing this. This is, like I've said in the post, this kind of funds us, doesn't it, really, doing it. But things are not cheap. Things need to be paid for.
And things are getting more expensive.
So if you have got a spare couple of quid,
there's costs now that didn't exist the first time around.
Yes, basically.
We'll put it like that. But it's basically, I think the Buy Us a Coffee or Buy Us a Coffee.
Buy Us a Coffee
is it's basically just that you can donate any amount, but it's the price of a cup of coffee type thing. Don't literally bring me coffee because that will have no monetary value to me at all.
We are proud to be back in the Iron Dragon once again.
We are. We're back at the Iron Dragon in Merthyr, one of the preeminent night... It's not a nightclub.
No, it's just a good place to be.
It's an entertainment venue.
Who host us to have our fuckery, as usual.
Our fuckery.
So
I'm going to get a t-shirt with that one. I'll wear that one.
A big thank you again to them again for letting us use the space. And without them, basically, we'd be frantically looking for somebody to host us. Yeah.
We'd probably be doing like live stuff, walking around the streets.
Yeah.
Which may be an idea. Anyway,
should we get into the episode?
Let's get into it, because people are going to be like, oh, they've left that boy on the side. They haven't spoken to him, and he's just sat there.
I'm all good.
So yeah, welcome to Nathan Jones. Thanks for coming on, Ben.
No problem at all, boys. Thank you for reaching out to me.
Well, yeah, and I just found him. Literally, he was walking past, and I was just like, do you want to chat? And he's come in. No, in fairness, Nathan's a fairly local boy. If you're a Merthyr boy, he's from Tredegar, so he's not from Merthyr. But he's a Valleys boy. And I think what we're going to have a chat about today, and the kind of the story that you've got, is very human. It's very relatable. It's very honest. It was one of those situations where Jordan's got up and left. He's not that boring. But yeah, I think it was one of those situations where I've got this kind of knack of just coming across people that end up being wildly fucking interesting. And you kind of tick those boxes because you are wildly fucking interesting as an individual, in terms of what you've been through, how you conduct yourself now, what you want from life going forward, and that kind of journey I found just really interesting and really endearing as well. And I think the honesty that you spoke about in specifically the 2 Instagram posts, it was really brave, let's face facts, because as we always say, we do still come from an area where it's becoming more prevalent, and it's becoming more everyday to have conversations about mental health and well-being, but there's still that kind of stigma. You've got to be in the right environment or the right people, or I don't want to say the wrong thing. And even if we go back to this morning, where you basically told people, listen, social media is dragging you down. Yeah. Just stop and follow, even if that means unfollowing you.
Yeah, 100%.
So I unfollowed you. No, I didn't really. But no. So yeah, I suppose, from the beginning, kind of take us from the start then in how what mental health, I suppose, means to you, for starters.
To be honest with you, it was around about 6 months before my dad passed away. That's where it all started. So I think like life was moving a little bit too fast for me. So I just moved out to my first home, my house with my mum and dad, and I went back to college to do an apprenticeship. And it just felt like everything was moving a bit fast for me, and just for no reason, I just went downhill. Went really depressed. And my dad, my mother, and my wife just played a massive part in getting me back on my feet. Like, my dad took me to golf, took me fishing, done everything like that. And he didn't really understand mental health. My dad was like an old school rugby player, proper hard nut, like never talked about mental health with him, didn't really understand it. But what he did understand was I wasn't right and what he could do to try and make me better. So he just done everything he could. And then I was off work for a good few weeks. And then finally, when I started getting back on my feet, I was literally, I used to work with him on the side as well. So I used to help him clean windows and gut rins and stuff. And we was working on the Sunday, and he was complaining about a bad shoulder. And literally, like 5 days later, then I watched him take his last breath in hospital. And then it went I was barred then, but I just kicked in, like, right, I need to look after my mother now. So I sorted all, like, my mother's bills and everything out. So I just pushed myself aside. I was getting married in, like, I think it was, he died in September, October, November. So I was getting married in 5 weeks' time. So I chucked all that aside and everything, just to concentrate on my mother. Come the wedding day, just completely blank. Then we went straight to Jamaica for a honeymoon, and literally just got basically steaming every day. Smoking weed as well, but you go to Turkey, you have a kebab, then it was the same. You go to Jamaica, it's part of the culture, but literally just sat there for 2 weeks, smoking, drinking, and thinking about death a lot. That's one thing that I thought about intensely. Like, I'm a very intense thinker. If I got something on my head, I really dive into it. Because I never really thought about death, because the first time, like, someone really close to me I've lost, I just didn't understand, like, where's he gone?
Yeah.
Where's he gone? Is he all right? Am I ever going to see him again? I'm going on YouTube, right, what happens after you die? Google, what happens after you die? And I just kept going down rabbit holes. And then lockdown come along, my missus was still working, and I was left in the house, and that's when my fucking head just completely went down. I just didn't have no drive for life at all, and I wouldn't leave the house, and I just literally thought that I was just going to be in my bedroom for the fucking rest of my life. And then people might think you exaggerate or something, but that's genuine. I felt I was to go shopping, and as soon as I get through the door of the shop, I just feel anxious, want to get out there, go back to the car and go back home. I just didn't want to leave the house. And then I was like that for a good 2. I went back to work, but I just felt like I was existing for months. I was drinking, being realistic, I was drinking like 4 cans a night. And then come a Friday then, to drive to my house, we've got to drive past Nisa. So stop in there, get 8 cans every Friday, and I used to work my way through them all. So I get, like, 1 week it'd be like 4 Heineken pint cans, 4 Stella. Next weekend it might be 4 Tuborg. Just work my way through them. Friday it'd be Blotto. Saturday then I'd proper go for it. Sunday wind down a bit then, ready for work. And it was like after 2 years then. And then it was I think it was coming up close to Christmas, and I was sat in bed, and like I was saying about my post this morning about social media, and I was just flicking. And I come across an old friend from school, and I haven't spoken to him for years, and he was doing coaching, and I seen a couple of his results and stuff like that, and I just turned to him and I said, fuck it. I said, I just can't live like this anymore. Like I said, I'm just literally just existing. I didn't look forward, like, obviously we always spoke about having kids prior to all this. I couldn't look forward to kids. I couldn't look forward to fuck all. I didn't want to do nothing. I just said, fuck it, it all got to change. And then I messaged him that night. The next day I started, and then small steps, mind. Very small steps, and eventually got back on my feet then over a long period of time. But just starting like really, really small.
I think, you you kind of look at it, and I mentioned in that kind of preamble about it's a very human story, but it's also, it's these series of kind of moments of adversity in varying degrees.
Yeah, I as well, when we come back from Jamaica.
I was going to say, because you had another...
Yeah, when we come back from Jamaica, my mother-in-law knew at the wedding and at the honeymoon, but she didn't mention nothing. Obviously, she didn't want to ruin our day. But we got back from Jamaica and then as soon as we got home, unpacked our stuff or whatever, went home to see her parents, and then her mother dropped us with the thing. She had cancer as well, and so it was like, right, I need to push myself aside again now, because I need to look after my wife and my mother. And it was the worst time of my life. Yeah,
because my grandfather died 6 weeks before my mother and father got married.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say that my father probably didn't properly grieve from 1986 until 2013, when my grandmother passed away as well. Because he, as you said, you go into kind of
survival mode,
and kind of the protector, and I've got to step up, and but that's a lot when you've also got all these other elements, like I'm getting married, because as we all know, we've all got rings on our fingers. It can be quite an intense and stressful time, because you've got kind of all these moving parts, expectations, and it's the big day, it's the biggest day. So to have that in the back of your head whilst you're trying to protect your mum, at the same time then that you're trying to kind of process, because even if you weren't grieving, brain is still trying to process, as you said, loss. It's incredibly, I can say it's incredibly difficult, because that kind of obsession, as you kind of mentioned about death, and and I can feel him tensing up because Jordan, and we've said about this before.
Last episode, yeah.
Jordan he's definitely afraid of death.
Yeah.
I'm terrified.
Terrified of death. Whereas we said I'm much more. I'm kind of not blasé, but I kind of give myself up, I suppose, to the fact if I run, I just die tired.
I'm the same. Like I'm not scared of death at all, and that's not trying to sound big. I'm not scared of death. My biggest fear is like deteriorating to death.
Yes.
Like I don't want to get ill and watch like my kids see me deteriorate from the man they know me I was.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna die, I just want to go.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just like that. So I'm not scared of death, but
then at the same time, would you say as well that because when your dad passed away, because it was basically like a 5-day window, and then it was still very sudden.
Yeah.
There's then the other side of things. Because I got a very, very good mate who lost his dad about 2 years ago, and it happened over the course of a weekend.
Yeah.
And he just kept repeating to me when it first happened. He just kept saying, I was talking to him yesterday.
Yeah.
He was you when and it really, you could see it that his brain just wasn't in a place where it could compute.
Yeah.
That he was you one minute and he wasn't the next.
Yeah.
And I think when it's so difficult because there's everything takes time as well, doesn't it? Because it's not like someone passes away and then all right, okay, well let's just crack on because there's that waiting period. And if you need a post-mortem, if you need an autopsy, then you've got to wait for the funeral. So there's this kind of this period for many people before you can even really grieve.
It's just for me, it didn't give me like. If my dad was like ill for a period of time and I could set in my head there's a potential he could pass away, you can sort of get yourself. You can never be ready for it. You can
prep yourself to a degree, can you?
But even when he was in intensive care, like, and I went in it and like. Everyone's close to their dad. I'm going to be very biased about it. Like, me and my dad was literally like best mates. Like, I never spoke to him like a dad.
Yeah.
I never said like, oh, I love you, dad. It was always like, oh, how are you, ginger nuts? No, just like that's the relationship we had. And like, it was just, we went to see him in intensive care and he had all the wires and everything on. And like, even then I was thinking, no fucking way he's going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No chance.
Something will happen. You'll hear that. He's making a small but steady steps and all that.
And you could just clinging on like the nurses and all stuff like that. I was just giving you like, it wasn't giving you hope, but the little things which I was taking it as hope. Is a chance.
And it's hard not to, isn't it? Because that's what you want. At the end of the day, that's what you want to happen.
Yeah.
So I went outside then, and I spoke to one of my mates on the phone, just talking to him. I went back in, and before I went outside, that was the last time I spoke to him because he got sedated. And then that was it. Then he was basically sedated for 3 days, and then they took us in the room, me, my mother, and my 2 brothers, and they just say it as it is. And they basically said he's not going to survive this, so we're going to start removing the machines.
Yeah.
And even then, it was like I didn't cry or anything. It was just like, what the fuck are you saying to me, Peter?
Yeah.
And then like we was all just sat on the bed and just watch him go. And even then, even like on the screen, you can see him. I could watch him take his last breath. And even then, like my mother was hysterical, and I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Where do we move? Like, and my dad was like, my family's a very close family, right? It's like anyone who knows my family is very close, and he was like the backbone of that family. He sorted everything out, any issues, dad, all of us.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is going to happen now?
Yeah, what happens?
The king of the family is gone.
Well, yeah. It's like the Godfather.
Yeah, and I was just...
And then it's like, well, what happens now to the family? What happens to the mob?
Yeah.
But, because I would guess as well that obviously in between him passing away and your wedding, you've also got a funeral to do.
Yeah.
So, because not only is it only 5 weeks from the death, you've also then got to do a funeral in between that.
Well, my stag as well. My stag was planned a week after he died as well.
Oh,
so
God.
I obviously didn't go. I not regret it, but now looking back, I know my dad would want me to go.
Yeah.
And if I could go back now, I would have gone on a stag and had a good time because that's what we would have wanted. Yeah. But I'm a different person now than I was then. But all the boys still went. But I didn't go. It was Prague. So it would have been a good one. But like I said, I just wasn't in the frame of mind to do it. But
well, no.
I regret it now because you know, your stag for your wedding is you a stag, and I'm never going to have another one. You know, I'm happily married, she's the love of my life, so I'm never going to have another one. It's like, I'll never get that back. It's like things have been pulled away from you.
Yeah.
And I know if he could have spoke to me then, he said, Nath, fuck up and get on it, and like nothing, like I think of it different now. It's like, I can't change what happened. So either I sit in the house and dwell on what happened, or life got to go on.
Yeah.
And just go on and fucking enjoy yourself the best you can. That's the way I look at it now.
Yeah.
But when you're in...
Well, yeah, and it's odd, isn't it?
different.
Because I think I said something similar to this in the last episode, but I spoke to other people about it. I find, and it's really morbid, but it's me. I find death really interesting because it's something that subconsciously is there, but you don't really think about it until it affects you.
Well, yeah.
Because if you thought about it every single day, you wouldn't leave the house.
No.
You wouldn't be able to function.
No.
You'd be, because as human beings, you're wired to survive.
Yeah.
And you're wired to live. You don't, and it's only in those moments where you become quite aware of your mortality.
Yeah.
And the fact that there is going to be, and that can do things to people.
Yeah.
And like I've lost loved ones, and you are, like I said, like you're sat there, and whether it's you're in the house a few days later, or your own family and friends, or you're at that funeral. And I remember the last funeral I went to was about 18 months ago. And I remember being sat in Cloycoed Crem, and it sounds awful, and it sounds selfish, but I was sat there looking at the coffin with the like the curtains closing, and thinking, that's going to be me one day. That's going to be everyone in this room one day.
Yeah.
And it's very sobering.
It is mad when you think like that.
But yeah, I think the fact, that you carried on through it, like I said, it was...
Do you think then because you had that sort of conscience of, right, I've got to look after my mother now, and you were thinking of that in a way then, if it was the flip side and you automatically went into shutdown mode, you have just lost the person of your life. I don't care about anybody else. Do you think you would still be here today? Did you ever? Again, it does sound a little bit morbid as I'm saying it, but because you hit that rock bottom, and before you thought of that, right, things have got to change. Was that rock bottom as a sign of, right, I'm not going to be here now. I'm going to end it all, and I'm going to go. Or, yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is, if you didn't have that urge to look after your mother, then do you think you would have ended it yourself?
Oh, no.
No, it was never that.
No, so I'll be straight up honest, I've never thought about killing myself, ever. I've had thoughts where, like, this was regular, well, all the time for a long period of time, where, like, I used to go to sleep and I didn't give a fuck if I didn't wake up.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I would count down the hours till, right, and get to bed now, right, it's another fucking day done. And if I don't wake up in the morning, at least I haven't got to feel like this anymore. Felt like that all the time.
Right.
But I never thought, right, I'm thinking about killing myself. I never had that thought, no.
Right, yeah, because obviously we've spoken to people where
Yeah.
they go into a tunnel vision and all they see is that out then, and nothing outside that hole then, all that blackness.
Yeah.
Nobody exists other than yourself.
Yeah.
And everything that's out over that line, it doesn't matter anymore. As long as you are happy of, right, I'm not going to suffer anymore, I'm not going to be here, oh well, sort of thing.
No, I've never had that. Even though I didn't want to live for myself, I always thought, right, my missus, my mother, they need me.
Exactly.
Like, I need to be there for my mother, because like my dad, like I said about my dad being the backbone, he done everything for my mother. So when my dad went, I think, right, I got to fucking step up now and make sure my mother's all right.
Yeah.
So that's why I just sorted everything.
And that's mad, because you think that you are rock bottom.
Yeah.
But then your subconscious is still fighting to go, right, you are good, you can do this.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to do now to keep yourself going.
I think that's my dad's blood in me, because my dad was a very unselfish person, very similar to me, like, always went out his way for everyone else, always put himself last, and that's very similar to me. Like, I literally slung myself aside for 2 years to make sure my wife was right, my mother was right. Me and my brother, and me and my two brothers, we even gutted my mother's old living room because she had a leak to make sure everything was like done for her. So like, that's my dad's blood in us. That is to look after other people and our family, because that's your family is everything you've got. Like,
of course it is. Yeah.
And now I got kids is like next level now.
Yeah. So you've how long was the period of honeymoon to having your twins, basically?
Oh, it was a long time. So we got married in 2019, and then my boys were 2 years old on the 4th of January this year, and we was trying for kids for about 2 years, 2.5 years. But I already built up like the mental strength then. So like my wife really struggled because we just couldn't catch, and we never thought we was gonna have kids. And we talked about like if we couldn't have kids, we was gonna move away.
Right. Okay.
Because that's the way I was feeling. I thought, right, if we can't have kids, there's no reason to stay around here. We'll go and start somewhere else.
Yeah.
But my mindset had changed then. The way I thought of things then, right, well, it's out of my control. So if it's out of my control, I may as well stop worrying about it. If you can control it, fucking do something about it. If you can't control it, you may as well just put it aside and just focus on what you can.
Yeah.
And then it was like 2.5 years, didn't think it was going to happen, and then we finally went for fertility treatment. I think we only went for, I think it was 2 rounds of treatment. Went for a scan, seen the one on there, fucking both of us crying, hysterical, I can't believe it. And they moved the camera, and I thought, I thought it was the same one, but just a different angle. But I seen the woman's reaction, I thought, fucking hell, it's doing it. Surely not. And she went, oh, congratulations, twins. And then,
oh wow,
I just couldn't believe it. It was like, for me, it was like that period of like losing my dad, like everything, like in 2 years, so much fucking shit happened, and it was just like a miracle of it at the end of a storm. And that's the way, like I see my boys, they are a fucking miracle.
Yeah.
How were you? Because I'm always interested in this as well. But how were you during the pregnancy? Because I was fucking horrendous in my wife.
I can remember.
When
I wasn't there.
I was.
What, during birth or
No. Doing the whole 9 months. I was horrendous.
My missus didn't lift a finger. I didn't.
Oh no! It would. I was the anxiety that something was going to happen.
No, we did have a little bit of trouble towards the end. Obviously, you do have more complications when you got twins. Obviously, there's 2 in there. But no, I like I said, I just built up a different mindset. I just what I can control.
I get it done with that. Because I was terrible. Right?
You were
for the whole, for the whole thing. So you kind of found then, I suppose, the power of a positive mindset.
Yeah.
And you've got certain things even now that you kind of do as routine. And I think it's fair to say you are a very regimented.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, it's like to some people it might look a bit extreme, but to me it's completely normal, and like it's something I have to do like every morning. It's like walk the dog, jump in the tub. If I don't do that, it freaks me out.
Okay.
Not just freaks me out, but it's like it sets me up for the day. So like I wake up in the morning, sometimes my head's like a fucking box of frogs. I got so many thoughts and that going on. Nothing negative, but just like boom,
ideas,
boom. I go for a walk, all that calms down a bit. And if it haven't calmed down by the time I got home, the minute I jump in that tub, because when you get in freezing cold water, you can't think of fuck all other than I'm cold, get out here. And then that's what I love, is like the feeling of uncomfortable, and your brain is telling you, get the fucking out, it's freezing cold. And then you keep fighting against it, you can feel like I'm in control. And like I was gone mentally strong before I started the cold water, but the minute I started that, literally it just went to another fucking level.
I do it regularly, and I tell anyone if you see new people trying it out or whatever, and I tell anyone the minute that you accept how cold it is, the easier it's going to be. Because I said you body, every single synapse in your brain is going to be flared, going, get me the fuck out of this water. I said, but that's when you got to go, no, I'm staying in. I said, and then obviously, it's, like the science shows, that it was eight times the dopamine hit as a sniff of cocaine. So it's and that's why it's called a healthy high. At the end of it, it's obvious why it can become addictive.
Oh, it's insane.
It's mad. I love doing it. I loved, but I just couldn't find the time. The only one we had was
at the time
was Neath
at the time.
So I couldn't find the time to do it, and I didn't really. I only done it twice. I liked it, but I didn't want to invest in my own one because I'm like, I've done it twice. But now there's so many popping up the place. It's too immersive.
You can get them really cheap as well. You get them like 60 quid online.
Yeah.
Like I'd live right by a river.
Yeah.
So the first one I ever done was a shower. And I stuck with the shower for a bit. Then I started going on the river, going up the sea, and then I thought, right, I'm going to fall in. That's why I'm like, it's so intense. I thought, right, I'm going to buy a tub. Bought a tub, and I thought, right, I'm not going to miss a single day. And it's like, this morning was 1,074 in a row.
Yeah,
nice.
Well, which is incredible, and if you don't, and I can't believe he's going to have another fucking plug. He's not even in the country. But if you don't follow Ryan Stevens, I'd follow him if I were you. Ryan is a huge cold water advocate, he's a well-being advocate from Swansea, who runs something called Wild Minds Gower, do outdoor kind of wellness days, etc. Ryan's currently in Kuala Lumpur. At the time of this, he's been to India and done yoga at the foot of the Nepalese mountains. He's gone to Sri Lanka. He's gone everywhere. But Ryan's thing has been that he has to get in an open body of water, whether it's a river or a stream, every single day. And I don't even know what he's on.
He must be at least 4,000.
He's on something ridiculous. He's on something like 3,000 odd, 4,000 odd at the moment. But again, I think it's fantastic because it becomes a habit. But it's a good habit. Yeah. It's a healthy habit at the end of the day.
Because there's cold water dipping, plunges, but then there's a contrast therapy as well, which isn't, it's not a completely different thing, but you've got the heat then, and then you can just whatever. But
I'll tell you a funny story about that one, right?
Go on.
Because I've done it a few times, but me and my mate Joseph McQuaid, we went over to Eberville Leisure Centre. Went in the sauna, and that sauna over there is like 100 degrees. It is fucking piping. So we went straight in there now, sat up on top. I thought, right, first one to get out now loses. I think we stayed in there about 20-25 minutes. Checked out clothes straight on. It was winter time. I went down the line, down the Bedwelly pits. We said, right, we're going to do 10 minutes in there. It was freezing. We got in there. Obviously, it was cold. No one we got out. I have never been so cold in my life. Both of us. And like, I never have a warm shower, warm up. I always let myself warm up naturally. But when I was driving home, I thought I was going to faint.
Oh, never.
Yeah, I genuinely thought, fuck, I've pushed it a bit here now.
It's that. Well, I always remember being in Revive when they had the one opening Cowbridge. It's closed now. But there was a youngster who, and he was showing off. He was, if truth be told, he was showing off on a Sunday.
Be careful.
And he stayed in a 4-degree tub for around 25 to 30 minutes.
God!
And when he came out from here down, he looked like a lobster. He was, because it was so cold.
Yeah.
But his muscles had started to atrophy, and then they panicked, and they decided, his mates and him decided he needs to warm up. So they put him in a 112-degree sauna.
Wow.
And then the next thing is you're seeing him like flaking in the sort, because you can't. It's too extreme.
Yeah.
But it's fucking it's mad. It's dangerous. But again, it's so addictive.
Yeah.
And that feel of the mental resilience. Because you feel like you've beaten something for that day. If you do nothing else. Well, I did that this morning. And I said to you, the first time that I took you, and I said, no, when you first do it, I said you feel like you could run through a fucking brick wall.
I was literally just about to say that. And people do think I do exaggerate.
No, it's incredible.
Like, I can wake up in the morning.
It changed my life. I'll be honest. It changed my life.
I can be like, tired. I can't be arsed today, whatever. I count that tab. I feel like, right then,
let's go.
What's fucking getting done today? Everything's getting done.
I had a mate of mine from the Ron, but he'd been a guest on the podcast by the name of Mitchell Hughes, and Mitchell, he give anything a go, and he said, I've been cold dipping. I said, you've been doing what? I knew of it. There's this place, he said, and you go, he said, £15, you got the sauna. I said, well, I don't mind the sauna. I said, but I don't know about me. He said, well, that's the point. He said, you've got to do And the first time I done it, I was going in stages.
Yeah.
And it was fucking... And he said, listen, he said, just get in.
Yeah.
And he said, if you do 10 seconds.
100%.
And then you build a few or whatever. And then, but after, on the drive home, because it was over in Skewen, I didn't even know my car could go that fast. But I felt fucking brilliant.
Oh, you do, man.
And then I'm like, when can we go again?
Yeah.
When can we go again? And yeah, it is, you know, and I had, you know, I got a tab out the garden, and well, I messaged you tonight to ask about kind of about the water, because the water gets dirty quick and whatever,
Yeah.
and I need to go back to doing it more in the garden, because I go up to Reset Wellness in Merthyr, or I go to Revive in Skewen, or Recovery in Cardiff, and I really want to try the old Drift Mine down in Trelewis, which is the outdoor one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just enjoy it, because I enjoy the social aspect, because it becomes this kind of community.
Yeah.
Of fucking head cases, because the people who meet there are fucking some of the most. Well, a lot of our guests are coming from saunas.
Yeah,
they're like a fucking predator, to be honest. Just turning up in saunas, and you know,
it's a lot easier when you got people around you.
Yes,
it's a lot easier because you're talking and taking your mind off it.
Yeah,
you know, when you're getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's just
that,
you.
like, I'll be honest,
everyone's fucking sleeping, and you're sat in the tub.
Yeah.
Like that's when the mental strength comes in, and when everyone's around, you want to have a gig.
But then at the same time, it's very like I until I had my son, I didn't even know that there were 2 4 o'clocks in the day. But I've done like a later night one, and I find it so like calming, like unbelievably serene. So I can imagine that early doors, especially because we've had some brutal fucking weather. I know that that's it's different in Tredegar, because I've been over there many times, and it's different over
was
here.
Was there one day when it was -5 or something? That was up in the top 5 coldest I've been hours. It was cold. The ice on the tub was like.
Well, there was one video that you put up, and he started, and you always start, and I crouched down, and he had this fucking, it was like a shard. It was like a shard of fucking glass, and it was the ice, and I was thinking, God, I bet that's fucking cold today. But no, I think I tell anyone that I think they should do it. But I think it's good that you've got that kind of that discipline.
Yeah.
And it is something then that you think, that you're gonna try and encourage your boys to do, is to have that disciplined mindset.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna kind of be that proactive dad of, listen, you want to have structure and order and whatever, or
100%. Like, I love for my boys to get like something physical, but I've always said this to my wife, like, whatever they choose to do, I got no problem with, as long as whatever they choose to do, they give fucking 100%, whatever it is. Whether like I used to play on Xbox as a kid, whether they want to be a gamer, scientist, it doesn't matter. But whatever you choose to do, just go fucking all into it.
Yeah.
And whatever that is.
Yeah.
But I will try and encourage them to get like, stay active and look after yourself and build discipline. But it's not about what you say to them. They're gonna watch you when they get older.
Yeah.
So you need to fucking show them.
Yeah.
It's like when they get older and they seeing me before they go to school, come out to the tub, soaking my freezing cold, they think, fuck, that's my dad, right? You need to show them, not just tell them.
Yeah. You've got visions, and I mean, we were just, sorry, miss, I was late for school.
Well,
we had to fucking try and get in the tub this morning, and father was in there.
The fucking 3 of us queued up to get in the tub. Like, the only thing I do it is in the summer. Like, I do it all for the summer.
Yeah.
But it is shit because it's warm. But
yeah.
I may invest in a chiller, but...
Have your wife ever given it a go?
Yeah, well, I've done the 12 dips of Christmas challenge from the 1st of December to the 12th, and she done it every day.
Oh, fair play.
Nice.
Fair play.
And I loved it because like the first day it was like, getting in slow, just up to the top of her stomach.
By the end of it,
she's straight in up to her fucking shoulders.
Screaming at you from the tub. Come on, you coward!
I couldn't quite get her to get her head under, but she went up to her shoulders.
Yeah, because you do the full. Like,
it's the best way to do it.
Oh, I know, but I just.
The minute you put the way you look here, right? You touch your hand and you think, oh fuck, that's cold. Right, you put your foot in, you've got there. Right, all you're doing is giving your brain time to think, right, this is fucking cold shit out there. I don't want to, it's warm in there. Go and get a cup of coffee. You just give it time. Just get your feet in there, get fucking under it, you come out, you're fully done, you're submerged. It's all about just staying in it then.
The problem I got now is the next time I go, I'm gonna wanna have my arms and that out, or at least my hands, because I don't know how to come like this.
Your feet and my feet to go numb straight away.
I'm gonna now be thinking I'm gonna have to put my head in.
Yep.
Because Nathan called me a shit house.
Yep.
And we're gonna have to do it.
Just do it.
We will. After this podcast is done, we are not today. We will do it.
Yeah, but
you got to film it as well.
Film it. AI does loads of stuff. But obviously, you're wearing some branded stuff.
Just my coaching thing, yeah.
Your coaching stuff. Yeah, it's fine. It's not like you've got like Pepsi or whatever. You got to blue it. But you obviously found the benefit of coaching, of being coached and having that thing. I know you kind of want to help others. So what's your kind of mission statement, I suppose, in terms of what's different to you coaching from the other however many coaches?
That's a good question, that is.
It's a bit of a dodgy. I feel awful asking it, but I got him. That's what I'm here for. Investigative journalist.
It all started from the boy. I'm not going to call him a coach because he's literally one of my best friends now.
Okay.
Right. So, and I knew him before he coached me.
That could have gone really differently.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call him a coach. You twat. Well, whoa, okay.
No, he's one of my best, and obviously he helped me with my training and nutrition and everything. But the support he gave me, and still to this day, me putting myself on Instagram recently, going into the coaching, he pushed me. I talk to him every single day, and the thought of putting myself in his shoes, he played a massive part from where I was, because when I signed up with him, I was fucking rock bottom. He played a huge part in getting to where I am now. Yeah. And I thought how nice that must feel to get someone from there to there and play a massive part in that. Forget about the physical looks, the abs and stuff like that. To me, that don't mean fuck all. It's this is the biggest muscle in your brain, and this is what, and he played such a huge part. And I love training and food. I'm really obsessed with it. Yeah. And so I implement that, but I also like to help people with mental health as well. So majority of my clients ones who struggle with mental health or lifestyle, but I also do a bit of both. They want to get in shape and get fitter and all stuff like that. But my main objective, with the page and coaching, is I want to change someone's life. My goal is coming on here, if things I say on here, if that helps just one person, just get from where they are now in a shit all stuck and feel trapped.
Well, that's the point of it
all,
all,
just to get
isn't
them
it?
out the door and going for a walk and feeling better about yourself, and it's literally it's worth it, because I'm a very quiet person. Before, I've been doing this with the cold tubs and everything for 3-4 years, behind closed doors. I'm very, very kept myself to myself. So to put myself out there was the most fucking uncomfortable thing I've ever done.
So what was the trigger point that made you think I'm gonna have to put myself out there?
Right. So I'm currently in the process of getting diagnosed for ADHD.
Okay.
So before we went on holidays, we went away in August with the kids, and I already started my page in about 2-3 months before that. But I set up a private email. I didn't follow, so nothing, the algorithm couldn't pick up on anything. I didn't follow nobody on my private personal account. I told all my family about it, but I told them not to follow me anything, so I was just going to try and I didn't want people to see me who knew me. Yeah. And then we went on holidays, and I was just my ADHD went up another level, and I couldn't sleep at all, so I was just thinking all night. And I just said to her, I'm thinking about fucking jacking in and stuff like that. I said, I don't know if I can just put myself out there. And the more the holiday went on, and she was talking to me, my wife, and she said, Nate, just fucking do it. And I was talking to Joe McQuaid, the guy who coached me. He said, but the only way you're going to help someone like you want to is by putting yourself out there. And I just come back, and I just thought, fuck it. I'm just going to go full send on it. And I just put it on my personal page, and it went from there, and really.
It's mad, because you say you've got a thing of but I've noticed twice where if somebody says something to you, so that your friend in the shop or your wife saying it to you, putting that seed and going, you are capable of doing it. You've both times you've gone, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. It wasn't. I never doubted myself I couldn't do it.
But if you need that kind of that nudge,
I was just I don't know if I want to put myself out there. Like, I'm so happy living in my little bubble here.
Well, yeah, and you know, and it does. It opens so many potentials. Like, what if I do it and it bombs? What if I do it and it doesn't help?
Yeah.
What if I do it and
it drives somebody worse than what they are, sort of thing.
No, you know, and obviously then some people do struggle with the court of public opinion.
Yeah, it was like now, I don't give a fuck now. If someone don't like me, don't follow me. Like, I'm past all that now. But before that, I was like, oh, what if they don't like me? What if they don't like me? And then you just sit down and you think, why the fuck do I care what other people think? Like, if I'm trying to help people and encouraging people to try and get out of where they're stuck. And if that's not for you, then don't follow it. So that's the way I look at it. But it was never, without sounding cocky, I know the way my brain to work and how intense I am with what I do. If I say I'm going all in on something, I mean I'm fucking all in.
Yeah.
Everything. I'll think about it all day. I'm very, not strange, but like, I would think about it intensely, like, all the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that it is a trait though of an ADHD mind is to kind of hyper focus, because that's what you know. At the end of the day, you know, and you do your hyper focus and you can obsess over it until you see it to realization.
Yeah. And that's why I can coach now, because when I was getting coached, I wasn't just doing the work. Yeah. I was being a fucking sponge. I was asking questions, and like, fair play to Joe as well. He'd answer them like unbelievably good, and I would just soak in the sponge. Off I go, research, YouTube, reading. Then, like, Joe still helped me a little bit, and I was doing my own little thing. I was trialing stuff on myself, trying different training, trying different diets, and just trying everything on myself, using myself as a guinea pig. Because that's how obsessive I got with it. And like, I still like it now. Like, I could go on my phone beer now, and you could give me a day in the last 3.5 years, and I could tell you my body weight and how much food I ate that day.
Wow.
Genuine in my notes.
Bloody hell.
Because I think it's fair to say, you know, that from a physical point of view, because obviously, you know, kind of healthy body, healthy mind, and that type of. But your transformation, even physically, is very, very impressive. Yeah. You know, there's no doubt at all. You know, no one can ever say you haven't grafted. Yeah. And I'll be honest, there was a moment, because obviously you know, like, you sent a load of photos over, and there was I was going for the photos. And there was a moment where my wife was wondering why I was looking at a muscular pair of buttocks, is the only way to put it. Why was zoom in? But you know, I think that's a kind of a testament. You can see that it isn't just a kind of a hobby, or it is a lifestyle.
Yeah, it is like don't get me wrong, but before an holiday, before we went on holidays in August last year, like, then it turns into a diet, and I want to see, right, how fucking hard can I push myself? Yeah. And like, you'd have to ask my wife to see what it's like. Like, the last 2 weeks, like, people don't see that. Yeah. You know, you are on death's door. You know what I mean? You're on like 0 carbs. You're doing like an hour's cardio a day. Your brain's frazzled, but I fucking love it. I love seeing how much I can push myself. Like, I get quite emotional when I get to that stage. And like, people say, well, you like, I got no interest in getting up on a bodybuilding stage. It doesn't interest me at all. For me, it's like, how fucking hard can I push myself?
Because I'll be honest, because those photos, I assumed at first, if at all, he must have started training for bodybuilding. No, because that's what I perceive that look to be.
I train in the style of a bodybuilder. I incorporate a bit of running now, and like I eat whatever I want, but my food is tracked. I track all my food. I know exactly how much protein I have. And like, I don't stress too much. Like, if I go out for a meal or stuff like that, I'm not that extreme. Yeah. Like, but I do still look at a meal and think, right, it's about 20-30 grams of protein there. Now I could do is an extra 20-30 grams. I'll order like something extra. All the rest I don't care about, but I always think, right, we should get my protein in. Yeah. It just becomes part of it.
That was the downfall of mine when
it's the hardest thing as well.
When I was training for the Cardiff Half last year, nutrition was my downfall. Like, I could not get my head around it. I drive a lorry, right, for day to day. Then
your day job.
Yeah, and I was like, right, what was I doing? I was having Hewell drinks. Hewell. Back home, I'd have, what did I have? A sandwich or like a piece of toast with jam on, and then I go for a run, and then I'm like halfway through the run, I'm like, oh Christ, I'm cramping, I'm out of breath. I couldn't do it. And then I'd go out for meals. Oh, I can't have that mixed grill. Yes, I was losing weight as well. Oh, I can't have that. Oh, I'll just have this panini, because it's got carbs. And I'm like, I couldn't get it right. Like,
it's sort of, when I lost all that weight in lockdown, which I since found and added to. But I lost 4.5 stone in 2020. I lost 1.5 stone from doing Coaster 5k, and I couldn't even think of running a bath now, never mind running 5k. And then I lost the rest because a mate of mine, a really good mate, had just become a PT during lockdown. He was just like, will you be my guinea pig? Yeah, crack on. But I was using that MyFitnessPal and calorie counting, calorie deficit, and I found, because I was losing, I became obsessive. That I had to lose every week, even if it was a pound, half a pound, I had to lose. But I found I went so the other way, where I was miserable, where even I looked better than I'd looked in 10, 15 years. But I was so miserable because I wasn't giving myself any breathing room.
Yeah.
And I was, if it was supposed to be say 30 grams of rice.
Yeah.
And I put it on the scale and it said 31, I would pick out individuals until it got to 30. Yeah. And I'm thinking, this is mental. But you kind of condition yourself to doing it. But like, that's why I say it is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like now I'm actively trying to lose some weight and get myself healthier for different reasons. And I'm watching what I'm eating, but I'm not doing it half as intense. No, because I know that I wouldn't do it anymore because and life has changed.
Yeah,
back in 2020, at the time I was doing it, everything was shut.
Yeah.
There were no distractions.
No, that's true.
I didn't have children or whatever, and I know then that I'm sat there with someone who has got children, and you're doing it more than adequately.
Yeah.
But for me, I have to find the different balance.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I said I don't want to look a certain way, but be miserable.
Yeah.
So for me now, it's about finding the balance, finding what works. But I always used to struggle because, especially with the protein, because it's almost as if you can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
And you think, oh, surely that's going to be enough, and you're like, oh no, that's like a food, and that's the thing is like and I think that's what baffles people is when you see a physique like you, and then you see the amount of food, and you think, but that how doesn't
people to think like you need to fuel performance. So like I'm always thinking progress. Like I go to the gym. My workout is written down on a piece of paper. Like I got apps now which all my clients on, but I still got a logbook. Like I can see exactly what setup I done on that machine, exactly what weights I lifted, so I know exactly what I go do in order to progress. The only way you're gonna progress is making sure you're fueled for it. Yeah. And like because I've been doing it, like I reckon in about 3 years, apart from having food poisoning, even when my wife was in hospital, she was in hospital for 7 days with the boys. Because the one boy was in intensive care and whatever. I'd be down in the hospital 8 o'clock. Before that, I'd have gone to the gym, done cardio, walked the dog for an hour, been in my tub, had breakfast, cooked all my meals, took all my meals down the hospital. I'd be down the hospital then till about 2 o'clock. Her mother would come down, so I just go for a little wander. I'd be down the hospital until 8, 8:30 till they kicked you out because you couldn't stay overnight. I go to the gym and do my weight session, go home, sleep, repeat. Didn't miss a single day. The only time I can, off the top of my head, remember I've missed like my scheduled week of training was when I had food poisoning. And that was my own fault because I forgot my food for work. So I was meant to have chicken, duck, eggs and rice. Forgot all that, so I just had rice and duck eggs. So I went to Asda's and I was eating a lot. I was trying to put on weight this time, so I was eating like 6,500 calories at a time. So I just put olive oil all over my food. I found all the fucking hacks to get the calories in. So I went and bought a full jar of olives, a pack of 100 gram smoked salmon. So I had rice, raw smoked salmon, 2 duck eggs, and a whole jar of olives, mixed it all up. And then it was about 3 hours later, I was going to have my next meal, and I was eating, I thought, fuck, my stomach. I didn't feel bad, but my stomach just felt bloated. Oh, I went home, and I was fucking ill for 2 days. Wow. I still didn't miss a tub. I still miss a tub.
Spewing in the tub.
But
He just shit himself in the
I
tub.
love olives, right? And since that day, because of the day after I was spewing, I was what it tastes of olives, I have generally haven't had a fucking olive since.
Wow.
It put me off him for life.
Right, move on.
Yeah, I just think about shitting yourself in the tub.
Is there something that you wish more people understand about mental health now? Now that you coach it, you do it.
I think a lot of people think it's unmanly to talk about it, and it's like it's so common, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And like the more I'm doing these like little videos, I'm not a content creator, nothing. Like I'm just showing like real life and just trying to help people. Like I'm not a content creator, but like by making these videos, it surprised me how many people like message me, and like a lot of them I not know but know them.
Yeah, and you think, oh Christ,
And I just think, fucking hell. And like, there's a lot more people out there, and there's nothing wrong there.
No.
And like the one video I done the other day about ADHD, and like I see it as a superpower, and that's true. I do see it as a superpower. It just keeps you on the ball with everything, and it's like, but you can use it to your advantage. Like the way I look at it now, if I still have bad days, regular, but it's all I just see that as fuel. Then, so if I have a bad day, right, just go to the gym, use it to my advantage, and make myself a better person, or I can just sit there. You need to take what I say like a pinch of salt, though, because I've been there, and I've been here. So like, I just think like when I put the camera up in the mornings, I think I'm trying to talk to myself 5 years ago.
Okay.
And what I would want to hear. That's the way I try and look at it. So I need like sometimes I've got to try and wind it down a little bit because of who I am now, but I try and focus on who I'd want to listen to or watch when I was at that bad time.
Yeah.
So that's why I keep going on about like just small steps, because for me, a good day for me back when I was really fucking down was literally just getting out of bed and cooking myself an actual meal. I was living on pot noodles. I wouldn't even walk my dog some days. So just getting up, cooking myself a meal and going for a 10-minute walk. To me, that was a fucking massive win. Like, if I think of that, and that was a massive win for me, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I need to take myself back to where I was before, and that's the person I'm trying to talk to.
That's good, that is, because obviously a lot of people don't understand the mental health aspect still. You know, like you said, we've been doing it 3 years. You've been doing it. How long have you been doing your coaching for?
My coaching, say about a year. I just started off by coaching 2 friends. Yeah. Just to have a go on and let me do what I want with them, and got good results at the end. Yeah. Just started pushing on this for say about a year.
Yeah. Okay. You know, and still people don't understand that if something's bothering them, then it's not classed as a mental health. And like you're saying, that you've got to do something, a small win for yourself, even though if it takes 5 seconds, 3 minutes.
Yeah, 100%.
It's that win, you know. It makes you feel better.
And it's okay, like I'm not gonna say his name, but it's someone I'm coaching, and it's like, just think of like today now. What can I do today to improve who I was yesterday by 1%? It could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It could just be adding some vegetables to your meals. That's a little 1% improvement. If we do that for 100 days in a row, you've got a fucking 100% improvement in yourself. And just small things. People try and jump from, and they might see me and see what I was doing, and they think I fucking jumped from there to there. I haven't. It was very small steps, consistency, day in, day out, just trying to do little things at a time.
Yeah. You know.
But then it's also important, we said before, about comparison being the thief of joy as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And I think it's so important that people have to realise everyone will do it at different paces.
And everyone's in a different part of their life.
You can, you know, like me and you now could have exactly the same workout schedule, exactly the same food and everything, but my body will change differently to yours.
Yeah.
But people still don't get it,
Oh.
and I think that does things negatively as well, because I think people then think, well, you know, well, I'm doing the calories, I'm doing the train, I'm doing the, you know, I'm doing my 10,000 steps. Why ain't I doing look like that? Yeah, it's because your body, you know, your makeup is different. It's you know, but I've said before, but I think I have anyway. But I think one of the biggest misdirections out there is a stat that 1 in 4 people suffer from mental health. Yeah, because that is false. Because everybody
Everybody
suffers from mental health.
Yeah.
Social media is
It's just
mental dangerous.
one in 4 may present.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that the other 3 don't have mental health.
Yeah.
It's just one person presents with it.
Yeah.
But then again, like we said before, it's mental health or mental illness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally
Yeah.
different.
Well, they're very, very different.
You know,
Very different.
1 in 4 people can have mental illness, or
Yeah.
but mental health
Affects
is
everybody.
everyone in everyday life.
Yeah.
Mental health
Yeah.
every
You know,
day.
like if you had schizophrenia, for example, that is a mental illness.
Yeah.
In that me and Jordan may not have
Yeah.
schizophrenia.
Yeah.
But we all have mental health because we all have minds and feelings
Yeah.
and emotions.
Feeling, yeah, exactly.
And I think that thing, 1 in 4, but it isn't. It's and I don't get why the message isn't everyone's got it.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's the same as 1 in 2 will have cancer. And people think, I know that, but if I'm the one that haven't.
Yeah.
And it's the same with mental health. One in 4 got mental health. Oh, well, I'm one of the 3, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No. You've all got it.
Yeah,
So you should all care about it. And you should all have conversations and do more about it because everyone got it.
Yeah, people say again. People say to me today, yesterday, whatever. They'll say, "Oh, they play on this mental health thing again. See, mental health."
The card, isn't it?
Yeah,
mental
the
health
card. Oh, yeah, playing on it again. See, why don't they just blah, blah, blah. But it's mad because they are so not in denial as such then, but they're so blind to the fact that they've got mental health issues themselves, but they don't know it.
Yeah.
You know, them little wins, them little tiny wins, going out on a weekend and having to spending, I don't know, time with your loved ones, daughter, husband, whatever, having a drink.
Yeah.
Because you can.
Yeah.
There's people out there who can't enjoy them sort of things because they haven't got any. They can't drink.
Yeah.
It's mad. It is. It's bonkers. But like we've always said, people like the podcast, your training. If it helps that one person,
Only need one person.
one person,
100%.
one person, and then it just goes like that. Then, yeah. So, yeah.
I was going to ask, before we kind of begin our wrap-up, what's the plan for 2026? Because you're in a really nice spot podcast-wise, I suppose, because you're right at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So I can ask that.
Yeah.
If I turn around to someone that we're interviewing in December, like, so, what are you going to do in the next 2 weeks? So, yeah, no pressure. But what do you want out of 2026? Because you do strike me, and I could be wrong, you strike me as someone who is a goal setter.
Yeah.
So in my mind, you've probably got goals, even
Yeah.
if you haven't verbalised. You've probably got them in you.
Yeah, I got them in my notes.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So are you happy to share what they are?
To be honest, I share everything with my wife. With my goals, I set my goals quite high.
Okay.
And the minute you start shouting about it, you
Yeah.
put unnecessary pressure on yourself. And if you don't succeed, people are waiting to laugh at you for your failing. So you're better off saying, fuck all.
Yeah. I wish I'd taken your advice, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to me.
Say fuck
Well,
all.
yeah.
Because I walked up Penavon on fucking Sunday in minus 12 wind chill and 60 mile an hour winds. It was fucking dangerous. But I went out there, yes, with Association Jordan, and I went out and I said, one of my goals is I want to walk up Penavon once a month.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've now got to do it because, like you said, and they're people who don't really matter to you.
Yeah.
And it's always the ones that don't really matter.
Yeah.
But you know that they're watching on the peripheries.
Yeah.
And you're thinking,
Yeah.
oh, well,
Yeah.
that lasted. Right.
You're in a world, it's sad really, you're in a world now, like, where, yeah, you get a lot of people who want to support you, but a lot of people want to see you fail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's the same with this, isn't it? It's the same with, for as many people, we think what you're doing is great. There were literally people waiting in the wings thinking, I hope to God this podcast
Oh,
has.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's probably now.
how sad is it though?
Well, yeah, you know.
That's-
And at the end of the day, we
Still here.
somehow. Whether people
And we
are watching us or listening to a different story. But
Fuck it.
before we wrap up in my favourite way, which is a game of word association, which I started doing toward the end of the last series or season or whatever. For the American fans, it's a season. For the British, it's a series. You said you're a big fan of music. I'm just curious as to what music you like.
I like a lot of different music. So
because you mentioned you have kind of a few that you tend to go back to.
With the gym, like I train quite emotionally, so depending on like what mood I'm feeling. So if I'm like feeling like really up for it, sounds quite cheesy, but like hard style, like show tech, I like old like Darren styles, like proper get me going.
You'd really get on with Ryan.
Yeah, you
like
would.
All the bumpy stuff.
Like
all that stuff.
You Ryan come in before you see him. Yeah.
And then like if I'm having a bad day, which again people think I don't have a bad day, I do. I have them regular. Then I got like a few songs which like remind me of my dad or remind me of sad times. Like, but I don't make it sad.
Yeah.
It just takes me back. Like, because when I'm in the gym, my music is on and like nothing else is going on. I'm so focused and like, but that one just, it makes me emotional inside, but it allows me to power on a bit harder, if that makes sense. So it's not like, oh, Dad, I miss you. It's not like that. It's like, it just gives me that feeling. I get a little bit of, like, if I put it on in my car, I get a little bit of goosebumps. But I also like Fleetwood Mac.
I'm a big
Nice.
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. The only thing I don't like is like Slipknot and like
I'm not a big Slipknot
rock
fan.
and roll. Like, not for me.
I'm a big rock and metal guy, but I'm not a big Slipknot guy.
No.
But I do like Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, I love Fleetwood Mac.
When you said about kind of emotional, I was just like, because now in my head when you'd like fucking pumping iron, I'm going to be like, you listening to Adele?
Country road.
Listen to Tony Braxton. And
80% of the time is probably boom, 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 constant.
But I tried it when I was about 14. I bought Kelly Lorena Tell It to My Heart CD single. Remember CDs, kids?
CDs, cassettes.
Yeah.
I had a cassette. The cartoons cassette. That was class. I
remember buying
on the Beatles.
Because years ago they were all the thing when it was like, the very best air guitar album in the world, the very best this album, and they were like, now that's what I call music. And it's like number 200 on it.
I don't know. I mean,
the first one I had was Now 47. To put it in perspective, Anastasia, I'm Out of Love. That was the opening song. But it's mad. I look at like music and shit now, and I'm thinking like I went through a phase where I wanted to fit in with some of the kids so much in school that I bought like the very best dance album in the world ever. And I'm thinking I do not like any of it. Entrance and fucking
I like all that.
And like Forever and all
Entrance, Scooter.
Yeah, Scooter.
Yeah.
When my cousin
DJ Kami
and my mate went to go and see Scooter last year because they were in Cardiff last year and they went down. And I said, what was it like? And he was just like, it was just fucking mental.
Cardi and Juice. Have you heard of Cardi and Juice?
No, never heard them.
No.
What was the? I'm like I'm thinking like. I know that's old. And Eiffel 65 and all that blue dabble and all that.
What you said, boom, boom, boom. Is more. Yeah.
But there were loads or like. I'm gonna probably have a Spotify search on the way home. I'll be listening to Kelly Lorena now on the way home. Things like DJ Sammy, Heaven by DJ Sammy, and you're thinking,
I can't listen to that now. Like all the Entrance and like all that stuff is like DJ Cam and stuff like that.
It's timeless.
Yeah.
Like Cascada. Every time you touch.
Yeah.
And another song, Evacuate the Dance Floor.
Oh, yes.
Which I had no problem with doing because I didn't like the music.
Oh, dear.
So would you have been old enough to have gone to Oceana, or wasn't it Oceana?
I've never been to Oceana, no.
I met Lear in Oceana.
What's Oceana now?
Offices. Offices.
No, before. It was, what was it called after?
It wasn't. It was closed as Oceana.
No, it became something else.
Oh, I don't know then.
Prism?
No, I never went to Prism.
I thought it was Prism.
No, it was Oceana, then it closed, then it...
Well, they had the ice room.
Yeah.
But the ice room...
And the 80s room as well.
Well, that's when I had the disco room. But the ice room was all like your fucking dance music and...
That was the main room, that wasn't it?
Rap and, I just find random rappers in my head like Nelly. I don't fucking know. Nelly. Like.
But then there was the...
Remember that video of him and Kelly Rowland where she's texting, but it's actually an Excel spreadsheet? Have you seen that? Have you ever seen that?
Oh.
So it's another rapper, Nelly.
Yeah.
And Kelly Rowland, who used
Yeah.
to be in Destiny's Child. So they did a duet in the early 2000s. And he's like singing to her, and she's in the window, and he's texting her. And then they zoom in on her phone, and she's texting him, and she texts like, hey, what you up to? But when people have now gone back using screenshotted the text, and it's a fucking Excel spreadsheet, and people are like, that's why he's not fucking ringing you back, Kelly. You're fucking trying to Excel spreadsheet.
George & Co. create crafted spaces that stand the test of time. Royal Society of Architects Wales award winners, and Wales Home of the Year regional winners. Featured on TV and in leading magazines, they are based in Merthyr and Swansea, designing exceptional homes across Wales. They proudly sponsor this episode.
So, here's your 10 questions, 10 words. That's the first thing that comes to your head when you think of the word.
I got to answer fast, have I? Or have I got
No,
to think?
you can take your time.
Oh, that's right then, because I don't work fast.
It's all right. So,
Oh, sorry, I got to say one word.
A word or a phrase?
a word or a phrase.
Radio.
Cold,
Nice.
right? Breath,
Smelly.
anxiety,
Good.
resistance,
Electrics.
calm,
Collective.
shock,
Wave.
control,
Alter. I don't know. I just say what comes into my head.
well, that's right. Resilience.
Not giving up. Oh my god, my brain had gone blank.
Okay, and the last one is strength.
Strength. Honor.
Nice.
I said my brain is mad. Like sometimes it just goes completely
nothing
blank.
wrong with that.
Nope.
Yeah.
In fairness, you didn't know what you were going to do. I kind of just...
I thought it was a game where like you say the word and I gotta say exactly what comes to my head straight away. Is that right?
Yeah, more or less.
More or
So
less.
that's why it sounded random because that was the first word that came to my head.
that's fine.
So.
Yeah, more or less. That's
Control, Alt, Delete. That was the first thing that came to my head.
nothing wrong with that. Like
That's
if
the way
you-
my brain would work.
You know, like if you'd said the word Chinese, I'd say yes, please.
Yeah.
Went, fucking stop it.
Nathan?
So yeah, Nath, thank you very much, Brad, for being the first guest of Series 3.
And
Very
2026.
And yeah, being so honest, being so open. If people want to follow your journey and get in touch with you, how can they find you?
On Instagram, my page is njones.coaching.
Go and give Nathan a follow.
Yeah.
Go and support what he's doing. And obviously, are you actively looking for new clients? Are you looking or not? Or not at the moment?
To be honest, I got a room to take on like one or two, but I like to keep it like a close knit of clients, and my time is all on them.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm not all about
absolutely
taking in
not.
money. I wanna help them.
Nothing wrong with that at all. But
No.
obviously, you can see how you train, how you eat, keep up to date with the cold plunges, and a little bit of life thrown in as well. Thank you, Bud, for coming over. Thank
Thank you very much
for taking a gamble.
Yeah, and again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. It's great to be back. Great to see you here. Well, obviously, I can't see you, but you know what I mean. And just keep on watching, keep on listening, keep on following us. Like I said, I love doing this. I always have, always will. And if nobody's watching, then nobody's watching. And just talk to myself.
Just talking to ourselves.
Exactly.
Which is fine. But yeah, catch us for episode 30. How fucking mentals are. The next episode's episode 30. But before you get through that, you got to get through this one.
Exactly.
And then you got to watch the other 28 episodes before this and watch them several times.
Yes, please.
So we can monetize. No, but yeah, obviously all the previous episodes are on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Amazon Music and everywhere you get your podcast fix.
Yes.
So go and check them out, because there may be something that's covered previously that may just help just one man or woman. But yeah, take it easy and we will see you after. Right, I'm going home for food. See
Come
you
on.
bye.
Tell our boys and girls, peoples.
Oh, I'm starving as well.